special day in the life of CCO.US, the launch of the CCO Club. Laureen, welcome. Stupendous day, right?
Yes, very much so.
Awesome. Along with us, Alicia, Scott, and Chandra Stevenson, of course, our beloved team members here at CCO. So, Laureen, yeah, get us started. Tell us what we're going to cover today.
So for years, literally, we have been talking about doing a club, and we had this big concept, and we talk about it on our weekly leadership meetings, and pretty much whenever we would get together and have web conference calls similar to this. And Ruth would remind us, oh, we've been talking about that forever. Well, finally, it's here. And we have been doing lots and lots of work behind the scenes to bring this to you. So today, we decided, well, let's launch it on Facebook Live, and when we send our newsletter out to our list to let you guys know first. So this is on Facebook, but we're going to record it and share it later in different places. So if you're watching this after, you can click on the links and everything will still work. But we will be answering questions to those that are on live right now with us in Facebook. So if you have specific questions about the CCO Club, we would love to answer it and, basically make this about what you're wanting to know about it. So we'll start off by going over a little bit of history. I don't know if Alicia or Chandra, you guys want to share the early days of what we were conceptualizing this club to be?
I can go first.
Okay.
It really has been a long time in the planning, and one thing that the CCO team is very sensitive to is what are the pain points for the people out there that are needing help, not just with their education, but also CEUs, having somebody that they can come to and ask questions. And as we continued with these discussions, how best to help them, and we have newsletters and we have the webinars, and the forums and stuff, but it just didn't seem like there was enough. And quite honestly, I think Laureen came up with the brainchild originally that there needs to be a place where everybody can meet together, where everybody on the CCO team has access to touch these people and respond to questions, not just one coach, not just one instructor, but everybody. And then, getting other subject matter experts involved so that it's not just a forum, it's more of a community. And it just kind of built from that. And I can't even remember, it's been so long since this process started of thinking about it. Yeah. And then every time we'd think about, we'd have like several good ideas, and then we'd fine tune it where, Boyd Jesus said, no, you can't do that. It's like, oh, well, can we do this? And it finally is, accumulated into what we have now as the CCO Club, and it's going to be fabulous. There's so much involved here.
Yeah, we started off, our history is, it was just me selling my little Blitz videos, and Boyd came along and encouraged me to do our monthly Q&A webinars, and then Jesus came along and said, well, why don't you bundle them up nice for people and charge them a little bit. That'll help them, it'll help you. So we had the Replay Club, which is great, and we have many people that have been doing this for years in the Replay Club. So we said, well, let's expand that. The Replay Club is great, but they can't ask clarifying questions very easily. We can't get like thumbs up or maybe it's 4 out of 5 stars, try a little better next time you do that topic. So we really wanted to expand it, and we do these weekly support calls, we do these Facebook content, we do content everywhere, all over the place. So that's mostly what we've worked so hard at, organizing that content, keyword aspects to it, and grouping it all together, making CEU opportunities out of it, full transcripts. We have several people in the deaf community that have asked us to transcribe. We transcribe now everything that we record that is content. So that's now available in the club of anything that we're putting into the club area. So we're very, very excited about all of that. In addition, while this was all going on, I've been wanting to work with FindACode for a long time. We love FindACode. We're always promoting FindACode. And, you know, I finally got on with them. I said, all right, we got to do something, and twisted their arms. They gave us a phenomenal deal to be able to bundle into this club for our members. So that's, it all came together. It's just like just perfect timing. So there was a reason. We tried many different platforms to make this happen, and that's really what the delay was. We'd start doing it here, and it just doesn't feel right. So we ourselves have run CCO on a platform called Podio. And then we said, this works so great for us in collaborating, and it's so intuitive. Let's put the club in Podio. So that's what we've done. We've spent a lot of engineering dollars on getting it just right. It's very fluid, and we can easily make changes and add to it as we get going. So that's the whole concept. That's the history of where this came from. We wanted to provide more value to our members and our students and make it very searchable, very easy to find things. Lots of CEUs, and really the ability to communicate with each other. You know, on the Q&A webinars, people want to chat, and we use GoToWebinar, and GoToWebinar doesn't allow that chat back and forth. It allows us to answer questions, but we can't, and our community likes to chat. So now we have this with Podio. So now to talk about the good part is those that are in the replay club have been grandfathered in. They're just moved right over. They get all this extra content. They didn't have to do anything. They didn't have to pay more. That was done last night. So that was our soft launch. So today is the official launch of the club for everybody else that wants to come in. So we want to talk about some of the things, and I don't know if maybe Chandra, you want to maybe go over some of these features to give them a break from listening to my voice.
Absolutely, and part of the reason I want to go through these features is in the chat, Stephanie asked a great question. She said, you know, I'm getting ready to sit for the CPC exam. Do you have any advice for me? I sent her a link for some of our, you know, past information on helpful tips for the CPC, but with the CCO Club, you get access to so much information, not only if you're already certified, but as you're sitting for certification, because you're going to get access to the recorded monthly Q&A webinars. You're going to get access to the support call replays, and there is a support call specifically for CPCs. It's for actually we do it for CPCs and COCs, so you get to see the questions that group asks and ask questions that's going to help other students in that same path or in that same group. You're going to get access to all of the Facebook events that we do, the Did You Knows with me, the Live with Laureen's with Laureen, and eventually when Alicia starts doing whatever her roadshow is going to be, you're going to have hers in there as well. You also get access to the FindACode Essentials package, which is sort of like, I don't want to call it an encoder, but it's an online coding reference source for you to look up the CPT codes online, to look up the ICD-10 codes online, to get everything that would be in your book in an online resource, so that you've got that at your fingertips if you don't have your coding books with you.
And we're going to go into FindACode in more detail toward the end here.
Absolutely. You've got the ability to ask questions, not only of the instructors and ask for new topics to be presented, but you have the ability to chat about specific issues or specific coding questions with others in that same community. Everybody can go back and forth. If we have a particular topic or a particular thread, you can rate it, you can tell us how great you think it was, and you know, ask additional follow-up questions and get feedback from us as well as other club members.
Mm-hmm. And this next bullet was actually someone on the technical team said, well, don't you do those cases? Don't you help with those? I said, well, yeah. He goes, well, maybe we could do that in the club. I said, yes, we can. Yeah. So you can share cases that maybe you're working on, of course, redacted, so there's absolutely no identifying information, and we'd be happy to use that as a launching pad for discussion, especially for real challenging things, because then you get the community's groupthink on it, so that's really good. Yeah. The CEU opportunities, we've got Our replay club is already in there, so the same amount of CEUs that were available in the replay club are already in the CCO club. We're going to be adding CEUs every week going forward based on all of the content we're doing in our support calls, our monthly Q&As, our Facebook ones that have coding content and content that will meet the criteria for a CEU opportunity. And we're going to try and keep them brief, like 1 hour, 1 CEU, 1 hour, 1 CEU. So when you come in and you want to, as I say, consume a little nugget of information, you can go find one that it's like a smorgasbord. You're going to be able to pick what you want, watch the video, read the transcript if you want, look at the handouts, and then take a 10-question CEU quiz. So it'll confirm that you learned something, that you understand that bit of information, and you'll immediately get your AAPC CEU certificate. So we're very excited about that. And you get to tell us what you want in the smorgasbord, right?
Right. And we're working on adding CEU opportunities for the specialty-specific credentials,
yes,
which is one that we've had a lot of people say, I have a lot of hard time trying to get my CEUs for this particular specialty. Can you help me out there? And we're looking to build CEUs around those specific specialty credentials so that we can help that market as well.
And that goes to what Alicia said in the beginning. We're very sensitive to what your pain points are, what you're going through, and that is something that we've been hearing, that they're struggling getting those specialty CEUs, so we're going to be very sensitive to what people need. So they're going to fill out a topic request form, and we will answer those questions and we'll bundle them together. We'll put all the ones for specialty together, write up separate questions, separate transcript, and then you can watch that nugget of information and get your CEUs on that specialty. So we're very excited about that. But we need you to tell us what you need. So we need, if we start developing for OBGYN and we've really got more people that need radiology stuff, we want to answer and research and provide content for what you need. So using that topic request form is what's going to kick it all off, and that's what we'll bring to the table, so to speak.
Radiology was pretty hot. I just got back from a conference and I had several people ask, what do you have for radiology? I'm working with radiology.
So then the other thing is that you get as a club member is you get invitations to select CCO events that maybe other people would have to pay for publicly, but as a club member you'd be invited as part of your membership. And the same with the support calls. So this is really key. The students that we have come on support calls as needed. It's optional. We are opening those support calls to everybody. So if you're interested in physician-based coding, maybe you're preparing for the CPC exam, but you happen to have taken somebody else's course, that's okay, we won't hold it against you. You can actually get in on our support call and ask questions of the instructor. So, of course, we'll always give higher priority to the enrolled students, but we figured why not open it up, have more energy, more questions, because we all benefit from learning from each other's questions. So that's a huge benefit to this club. And another pain point that we were trying to answer, there's a lot of people, students that would come out to us and they wanted to know how could they get our coaching support, how could they get some of our help, and this is how they can do it. Now they can join the club, they can still go to their same course, maybe they're not getting the support that they thought they would or they're disappointed in it, they can get that from us now. It's not our one-on-one coaching, but it's access to our same coaches that are teaching the support calls and everything. So, and then we've got, I'll let you guys take a couple.
I was going to say, I just want you to know that the risk adjustment and ICD-10 and PCS support call rocks. We have a lot of fun. So just want to.
Let me guess, that's the one you do, right?
Yeah, if you don't say so yourself.
No, compliance and auditing is no slouch.
No.
I'll sit in for billing, okay? I'll sit in for Joanne. No, her.
Sit in for Joanne. Speak up for her. Laureen, you got to cover for Darcy.
And one thing to say about the support calls too, they are very interactive. So if you've had an opportunity to be on our Q&A webinars, you know what our personalities are like and our teaching style and how we research. But think of think of having that as well as that interaction, not one-on-one, one-on-many, but being able to talk back and forth, and also if you know there's something that we don't understand, a certain medication, we just jump out and we go look at it and research it right there. So that's one of the great advantages. What was the next thing? You already talked about FindACode, right?
Well, discounts on courses. Once you're in the club, what you're going to start to see, similar to what you've seen on other sites, that members get a lower price. So as we roll out new courses, which we plan to do, we've got an inpatient course coming, compliance course coming. We're going to keep developing new big content that isn't going to be in the club per se, but you'll get a discount on enrolling in those courses. And then the last bullet is just priority consideration for your topic requests. We get lots of topic requests for the Q&A webinar, which is free. So someone maybe that has not purchased anything from us or is not a club member, we will answer their question, but they won't get top priority. We're going to give our club members top priority. So that's kind of the short list. We haven't even really gotten into it in detail. So this page is now up. This is our official club sales info page. So if you go to cco.us/club, it is live. Literally, we just made it live hours ago. Got a little countdown timer because, like you've come to know with CCO, we always do our deepest discounts, our best prices at launch. So this is our launch week. This is the time to get in on it to get the best prices. And we're doing some unique things that we're going to talk about. Basically, people that get in early, and they will get the lowest price ever that will ever be offering the club. Each month we are going to be raising the price, because each month we're going to be putting in more and more content and making it even better. So whatever price you lock in now, that will be your price as long as you don't let it lapse. So if you get in, and actually let me just jump right down to our, and all of these little blocks here explain what we just talked about briefly for you to kind of take your time and read about the different features and benefits. Let me get down to the pricing table here.
I like that icon, by the way, that girl.
Lots of info here. Okay, so on the left-hand side, these are all of the benefits that we just went over briefly, and these are the different plans that we have. We've got a basic monthly, we've got an essentials annual, a professional annual, and a facility annual. And actually, this is an error. The professional is the one that's the most popular. So we want to encourage you to go into the annual plan. So if you look down at the sea of green here, that's all the stuff that's included, but once you get down to including FindACode, which is a fabulous benefit that they have worked with us to be able to provide to you, that's not included in the monthly plan. So we really want annual club members. That's our goal. But we don't want to shut out people that can't afford that. We're going to let them get in and be able to experience it, at least the club benefits. They won't, get the FindACode benefits. The professional version, pardon?
Can I talk about the one of the perks for FindACode on the professional?
Well, we're going to get to that in just one second. Okay. I want to go over the general pricing, so as people are listening to the rest of what we have to say, they can kind of have an idea of how the pricing's working. So then the Essentials Annual, and then the Professional includes that level, and then the Facility includes that level. Down below, there's an FAQ where we go into all of what's included in those different levels. So take a look at that. But this is how the pricing works. For the basic monthly, you do need to pay a setup fee, because we have to, it's complicated, but we have to charge a setup fee of $25, whereas on the annual plans, that's waived. You don't have to pay that. Then
real quick, sorry to interject. That setup fee, if let's say I'm an annual or I'm a monthly member, I pay that setup fee the very first time, as long as I keep my membership up, right? I only have to pay it one time.
You don't have to pay it again, but if you let it lapse and you have to be reinstated monthly, then you'll have to pay that $25 fee again. So the idea is continuity. You want, once you become a club member, this is like, going to the what is it, the country club, you know, you keep paying your dues to stay in. That's what we want, so we want to rely on, because that's what's going to help us continue to build this content building machine and CEU opportunities and content. So the early bird price is $24.95 a month to get in at this. It's going to go up to $28.95, and then every month after that, until we feel like it's gotten to maturity, it's going to go up by $1. So the earlier you get in, the earlier lock in that price. The price for the Essentials plan is $267 for launch week only, and then it's going to go up to $297. And then what we basically do, it just gets multiplied by 10, almost. The Professional is $472 for early bird. It's going to go up to $525, and the Facility is $1,028. That's going to go up to $1,142. So explore these different things. We're here to help as well, but we're going to go into a few more details now. So go ahead, Alicia, share what you wanted to about the FindACode.
Well, one of the perks, if you are one of our risk adjustment students and you also attend any of our student support calls, you know, FindACode lets you see the HCCs, not only the CMS HCCs, but the RX HCCs, the ESRD, as well as the HHS, CMS, RX, ESRD, and version 22 and 21 of for risk adjustment. All that's in there, and including showing how they break down the score. You know, so this is not just valuable to people who need to know the HCC for a chronic condition, but it also starts giving you the score breakdowns, and of course there's demographics and other things that go involved with that. So there's a business aspect to that, but that's unheard of. Nobody else offers this.
No.
And you have to have the professional edition to be able to get those HCCs access to that.
And that's why we love working with the folks at FindACode, because they listen to us. If we have an idea, we shared this with them, they made it happen.
Yes.
You know, we wanted something for our students because they have to learn how to use the index. Well, most encoders don't really care as much about the index as they do the main codes and descriptors.
Right.
So they improve that functionality. So they're very in tune to your pain points, and we as a community can go to them and say, hey, could you do this? And they're probably going to work with us. So I'm not making any promises, but they're that kind of company. That's why we love them. There's other good encoders out there. This is not, but it's the one that we love for the majority of the features. Plus, I like to joke, they had me at purple. That's my favorite color. So. But here's the things that they include at the different levels. So again, this Essentials package is bundled into the CCO Club at the Essentials annual rate. So we try to use the same language to make it very, very clear. So if I just go up just a little bit, this Essentials annual plan, you get all the CCO Club stuff plus the FindACode Essentials package, which includes the comprehensive search by specialty, ICD-10 codes, CPT and HCPCS codes, those entire 3 manuals online. Clickadex, that's that index search tool that I was telling you about. All of the Medicare, LCDs, NCDs, PQRS, and more, medical abbreviations, personal and shared notes and keywords, and personal code lists. This is all part of the lowest annual rate that you can get and get FindACode. That's a lot right there. The lowest you'll ever get this for per year. So you pay this, you don't have to think about it again until next year. Another benefit of getting FindACode through CCO is we now have an administrative account where we're going to be putting in notes. They're called shared notes. Then you can see our notes that we're putting in as the subject matter experts at CCO. And then you can have your own personal notes, which is really cool. I think you guys are going to love that. We've been wanting to do this for years. I'm so excited. Okay, so
I'm excited about the personal notes because we all have different things that are kind of our niche or the things we really want to share information on, and it gives us a great opportunity to say, hey, when you see this code, this is something that you need to know about, or we could even put links in there to alert you to other places that you need to be looking or other articles that you need to be referencing.
Yeah, it's really our way to disseminate information. And for those who are Batcave lovers, Do we have any Bat Cave lovers in the group? Basically, the BAT system is Bubble, Highlight, Annotate Technique. And it's a way that we teach our students how to annotate their CPT manuals, their ICD manuals, and soon their HCPCS manuals to basically draw their eye to the key differences between code groupings. That's basically what it is. And to add keynotes that are right there in the book, but maybe a few pages ahead, like key annotations. We're now going to do that digitally in FindACode. It's not ready yet. It's just a new capability that they're making available for us to provide to our tribe, our CCO followers, club members. So that we're going to be working on for 2017 manuals. CPT, we're going to see about the other manuals. But for CPT, we're definitely going to start with that, so that for those that are familiar with how bubbling and highlighting that BAT technique works, you're going to group a parent code and its indented codes together. So what we're going to do in FindACode is we're going to let you know at that parent code level what our annotation is, so you can copy that into your book. So we're very excited. So what else is included in the professional level? So Alicia alluded to some of it. Why don't you go over the rest of the list, Alicia, and I'll let Chandra do the facility.
You get the click a search, which is absolutely amazing. The coding tips and alerts, I use those in teaching too, just so that we can make students aware. Additional code info, global days, very confusing when you're a new coder. The HCC information and calculator, ding ding ding, that's my favorite thing, right? That to me is worth the price of the whole deal to have that. Cross code, they have crosswalks. The map a code also is an excellent tool that I have used, and these are very easy tools to learn. Once you get in there and start using them, you'll be in there constantly taking advantage of them. Additional code sets that you need to be aware of, the Medicare fees and RVUs. Can you imagine just having that at your fingertips? Multiple fee schedules, again, something that's helpful. Now, the NCCI edits by code, but they also do it by the validator tool. They have an ICD-10 validator tool, as well as the calculators. Oh my word. Some of you guys that have to deal with the business aspect of coding and billing, you're going to be in there a lot. Check a list is a tool that I think that one was pretty new too, wasn't it? Yeah, it was one. And
they have videos for every single one of these bullet points. That's right. We're going to be doing additional training. Our first orientation is going to be next Tuesday at 8 p.m. for those that get in on this early launch, and we'll have that recorded, of course, and available in the membership area to rewatch later. But any questions you have on FindACode, now you have them to help, plus us. So it's going to be really nice, and you can do it all centralized here. We will make sure you get your answers. 9 times out of 10, we'll probably do a little video on it to show you how we use it. But yeah, it's got all these build a code, browse a code, the DMEO PS for the equipment, and the last 10 navigation tool. So
that build a code works really good with new students too, as well as with ICD-10 PCS. That is a great tool if you're dealing with PCS.
So this professional package includes all of this plus what we talked about in the essentials. So it's kind of like a hierarchy, if you will. Kind of reminds me of a coding concept. So in addition to those two levels, there's this facility level. So I'll let Chandra talk about what's included on that.
It's kind of like the panel codes for lab, right? One panel includes this other panel and some extra tests. That's what it makes me think of. So with the facility package, you take everything that you got in the essentials and everything you got in the professional, and you add a little bit more to it for the facility. So you're going to add the facility-related items. So all of the UBO4 stuff, revenue codes, condition codes, status indicators, all of that, facility code sets, APCs, DRGs, complications and comorbidities. My mouth wanted to go to complex there. I don't know why.
I know.
Complications and comorbidities, and major complications and comorbidities, which are going to affect your DRG assignments for the facility side of things. You're going to get facility fees, RVUs, the NCCI edits for the facility, in addition to what you already have for the pro fee side. You get DRGs and a DRG payment calculator, which is very nice, right? So you can validate, especially if you're doing DRG validation and ensuring you got the right payment from the insurance company. Now you've got a calculator you can go to and plug in those figures and make sure you got the appropriate payment based on the data that you have. A DRG grouper that's going to show you which conditions map to which MDCs and which MDCs then lead to which DRGs. All of that's included in the facility side.
We get a lot of questions about DRGs.
Yeah. So this is great tools. Even if you are a new student and you join the club, it'll be beneficial to see our shared notes, to know how to do the BAT method, to when we do teaching now, because everyone that's in the annual club is a licensed user of it, we can go into even more in-depth training with the tool on screen, because the people that are seeing the recording have paid to be FindACode members, so they're now licensed to view it. So it'll expand what we can do even more. So we're very, very excited about that. But you have to be in the annual club to get all that benefit. So what I wanted to do next, and so there's all these FAQs for you to read, and you can read the full sales page to really get all the information. But what we want to use this venue for, because we can demonstrate things on our screen, is show you the actual club, and I should have had that pulled up. So actually, why don't I do this first?
Can I share something from the
Yes.
from the Podio while you're going there? We actually had some people already come in, and just an example of the support that people are given now within our community. Marina, for example, said in her first comment, she says, thanks, Lori. I'm preparing for my CPC. The exam day is November 19th. I can't wait, doing a lot of practice exams. My problem right now is that I am so worried about the time that I am moving so fast throughout the questions and missing little details to pick up the best answer. I definitely need to work on that, slow down a little bit. The first free exam I scored a 68. The second one after that I scored a 70. To post questions, do I write them here or do I click on the forum? Well, she already had 7 comments already to that in just a little over 2 hours.
Wow.
And she's on her way to get her problem solved. And not only her is gonna get that answer, there are other people that are gonna get that answer as well, because that's a common question that we have. So again, this is a community. It's not just about us, giving you lots of videos and stuff. It's about getting the support that you need on an ongoing basis.
That's a good point.
Sometimes that's just a matter of, is anybody out there who's feeling what I'm feeling right now?
Yes. And we have traditionally used Google Groups as our kind of discussion board area, but it's kind of messy with email, and then people hit reply, and that, it was topic A and now it's topic Z. So with Podio, we can keep the conversations threaded and organized and searchable. So this is Podio. This is our club area on Podio. Podio doesn't give us a whole lot of ability to change colors and themes, but we have a lot of colorful icons that will, when you click on it, take you to certain locations. But it's very user-friendly. On the left-hand side is our discussion area. This is for what we call status messages. It's light questions, or I'm about to take the board exam. They're not really asking a specific question. It's more, this is what I'm going through. Think of Facebook status messages, that kind of thing. Whereas here, add questions will take you to this area here, Club Forum, that you can click on, and that's where you can ask a question. That's the area that we really monitor, and we make sure every question gets answered. So, and as we grow, we're going to need helpers, so hint, hint, for people that really like that kind of thing, answering coding questions and doing research. And, if you're someone that's good at that and is certified, fill out an application. We're happy to consider it. So, so that's what it looks like. So here, we're going to take you into the club replays, because this is where the content lives for you to go get those CEUs. Or if you're a student and you don't need CEUs yet, you still might need to know about this information to help augment what you're learning in your classes. So you can see we have all of these webinars and support calls, and when you click on one, I'm just going to grab July. they'll all be laid out the same. You'll start to get a feel for this. It'll feel like a familiar old friend, because that's how we feel about Podio, and we love it. So you're going to get the title. You're going to know exactly what's in here before you even click on it. When was it originally recorded or aired? And then you can just click on play and start watching the video, just like you were there. That was Boyd's greeting. And then you can click the four-headed arrow and make it full screen, but you have to watch them inside of Podio. So you can't share them with friends. You got to be a club member, and that's very key. We want to have our membership be protective, just like if you were in a gated community. You want to preserve what you're building there, so you don't so keep it that way. Mobile, you can watch this on mobile if you use the Chrome browser on your mobile device. We figured out a workaround, so you can even watch the videos by going to podio.com, logging in, and using it through Chrome. It's phenomenal. You can see who the presenters are. So if you start to get your favorite presenters, a lot of people love listening to Chandra's Did You Knows. Other people love the way Alicia's enthusiasm bubbles out and she teaches stuff. So you could look for your favorite presenter. Here's a link that takes you right to the CEU quiz. It's as simple as clicking it, filling in your name and your email, answering the questions. Boom, it gives you the certificate. You file it with the AAPC and you're done. Handouts, you just click on it. Depending on how you've got your system set up to share or show PDFs, this is what it'll do. It just brought up my PDF reader, and now I can have this on the side while I'm watching the video. You can print it if you want, but these are normally very long. But it's nice to have to follow along, or maybe you're in an environment you can't watch the video, but you can read the transcript. Well, the transcript literally shows you screenshots, and then what we said, screenshot what we said. Very cool. The answer sheets, the famous answer sheets from our Q&A webinar, if they are applicable, which they normally are to the Q&A webinars, then you can click on that and you have them immediately. Of course, we're asking you, please don't share them. They are for your personal use only. They should not be distributed out in social media land. They are for our use only, and we do have a way to report if there's infractions, and if you see that, we hope that you'll report it to us so that we can take care of it. We want to protect the content for our club members. You have the ability to vote. What'd you feel about this month's Q&A webinar? You could give it 5 stars, hopefully 4 stars. Let us know what we could do to be better. Then this is really cool. We've got we call them nuggets. Okay, these topics: timely filing, coding for fall, sequencing of depression. Each of those little bits of information, we coined a term and just call it nuggets. They're little nuggets of information. We actually have another app. So I'm going to go, this is your breadcrumb trail. You can click here and it'll take you to the main area. And I don't know if someone else wants to talk about the nuggets.
Chandra's an expert with nuggets.
She's our nugget queen.
Mm-hmm.
We're not talking about chicken nuggets here, people. We are talking about every little nugget of information, every little kernel that we want to talk about. We basically divide up, say we do our Q&A webinars. Every answer sheet that we present is a different nugget in and of itself. So we have those broken down into these individual pieces that you can go listen to. And then what I'm working on for the club is bundling those little pieces that are similar together to offer new CEU opportunities. So for example, here's one of the nuggets that we have. It's on modifiers, global days, and bundling. Questions right up at the top. You've got the video to show you. This is only an 11-minute video. I'm the one presenting it. Again, you can click the handout or the answer sheet to see if there's a printout that goes with it. There's a transcript that goes along with it, and it tells you when this information was recorded, where it came from, whether it came from a Q&A webinar, a student support call, Did You Know, a Live with Laureen, wherever it may have come from, you can see that. Again, you can rate it, you can give us feedback. And it's just an easier way of seeing, I only want to see any topic for this specific item, right? Whatever that specific thing may be. Maybe I only want to ask questions about modifiers. So it's going to pull up anything that has modifier in the title. You can search for that.
Yes. And what's really cool, so now you can see this relationship that this nugget is a part of the March Q&A webinar. When we were on the July one, we saw all the nuggets that it was comprised of. So some people like to watch the event as if they were there. That's the full replay is for you. That's where you can probably get, you know, the easiest CEUs in one big fell swoop. But the nuggets are more for people that are doing research. Maybe they're a student and they're stuck on Mohs micrographic surgery. I always use that as an example. They can go search for that and say, hey, has that been talked about in the club? And if it hasn't, request it. It'll probably show up within 10 days in the club through some venue that got recorded live, got transcribed, we have a process. Let me tell you, it's a big deal for us to get it done. But now we have it. It's working. I'm sure we'll have some, you know, bugs to work out like any business process, but we've got information in here going back for the last year at least, and we're going to keep putting in as long as it's relative. Once we get to the, you know, to the point where the codings has changed, and obviously we don't need to put that in the club. And then we will be going in and we'll be archiving things that no longer apply, so you know when you're looking at something if it's current or if it's old stuff. Sometimes we do need past stuff, so it'll be nice to have it archived and still available, but we'll make sure it's clear that it's no longer valid information for that current coding or billing year. So here's the search feature, this little blue icon, and you just type in a word. So Chandra mentioned modifier. And what this is going to do, it's showing me right now, there's this nugget called modifier global and bundle. So this one is on review of modifier, you know, AXA new Medicare ones. And so you can see, oh, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Or I don't really see it here. Maybe you might have to try a different way to search for it. So if you hit enter, you could have picked it off the list, but you could also hit enter and kind of look at the items this way, and you can filter it, you know, by whether or not there's a file and that kind of thing. So what I like to do is I will right-click and open it in a new tab, and I'll look at each one individually and say, is this what I want? Oh, okay, this is the one I want, and close the other tabs. There's all sorts of different ways you can do it. And what you'll notice on all of them to the right is this ability to add a comment. And you can do this little checkbox that when you hit enter, it'll actually put it into the comment stream. Or you can make it, if you're the type who's always hitting enter and you don't want it to do that, just uncheck it, and then you can hit the green button at the end to tell it. But you see the history of everyone that has clicked a star rating or said anything. Now if you're just watching it, we're not going to know. But if you type something, then everyone gets to see it. It's so cool. And we can do this. If someone specifically asked a question, like maybe this is our test user account, Lori Brackett. So she said hi. So Chandra could come along and write, at Lori, read your question, this might help you, blah, 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 and give her answer. And so now, if Lori's asked like 10 questions and she'll never maybe remember to come back to here, but because she was mentioned by name, she's going to get an email notice that, hey, Chandra mentioned you on this nugget modifier global and bundle. And you can click on it and it takes you right there. You can see the answer. Give her a heart and say, okay, thanks, I like that comment. Or you could actually type something. So there you go. Very cool. So we're so excited. I'm sorry.
Sarah, I typed in so you could see what it looks like. Sorry, it took me a minute to get there.
Oh, that's fine. And so this here is your notifications. This is letting me know, as the user, Lori Brackett, what's come in. So you can see other people commenting on other things, and you don't have to look at them all. You know, like here's Whitney and Maria. We literally just launched this, and look at all these people in here. It's so exciting. So this is just one, what Podio calls workspace, devoted to the club members. Now, if you're also a student of CCO, you're going to be invited to what we call student support hubs.
That's
and
exciting.
Over on the left, which I just learned this week, this is called the hamburger menu. When you click on that and you click more workspaces, these are all the workspaces that Lori has been invited to because she is a student of these particular courses, or she's purchased these products, and that's her support area. So on the sales page, you'll see, it was one of my favorite sayings, from club to hub. in 2 clicks. So literally, I'm in the CCO Club, and now I can jump to the Blitz Student Support Hub. And you can see we've got lots of people in here already, 69 people. We just launched this, so things are going like crazy. And it's very easy to jump back and forth. They all look the same, you know, you don't feel like you're jumping into a whole different world. It's very fluid. So all you need to decide is, do I have a question related to my CPC exam? I'm going to go to the CPC Blitz. If I'm just shopping around for club content because I'm studying about cardiovascular, I'm going to type in, you know, cardiovascular in the search. And what's really cool is this can search all of the workspaces you belong to, not just one. So, at any rate, what else could we tell them, guys?
Well, those tabs on the side are quick accesses, quick links.
Mm-hmm. Mean this here?
Yeah, so, no, I mean over on the right where it says click to see the schedule for,
oh,
say,
yeah.
You hear me talking about risk adjustment and you're so excited that you want to know more, so you decide you're going to sit in on that student support call. All you have to do is click on that little purple telephone link there, and it's going to give you the times and the dates for that. You can put that on your calendar.
Yeah, we're not showing it on the screen here because it's for club members only, but you can see here, this is just, you want to jump to the club really quick. This is the topic request form. You just click on it, it opens it up. It lets you know the different venues. If you're not sure what venue, like, I don't care, I'm going to watch it in a recorded format, you pick. I just want it answered. You can do that. You come down here, you put in your name, your email address. Are you a club member? So this is where we give that priority support. If you say yes, then your question's going to go to the top of the line. What's the subject? Just give us a pithy, short little, you know, if you were sending us an email, what would the subject be? And then this is where you give us the body of the question. If you have a case that you want us to review, anything like that, you can put it in here. And then if you have an idea of which venue you'd like to see it at, maybe you like these Facebook Lives, or maybe you want it covered in one of our support calls, then you can put that. If you don't know, just put unsure. And then Chandra will pick. Chandra's kind of in charge of the topics and the nuggets.
Can I make one statement? Go ahead, sorry.
Sure. No, go ahead.
My only thing is, when you're filling out the topic request form, please, 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 give me a description of your question. I'm getting some really entertaining topic request forms, and I say that because, for example, we had one that came in and the subject line said dermatology and the question said rheumatology, and that's literally all that it said.
Oh, no.
And I had to go back to the person and say, okay, can you tell me what it is you're looking for? So please, the subject line being short and sweet, I'm good with that. But in the question, please describe what it is you're looking for, what question you're trying to have answered, what topic you're looking for more information on. If you're not sure what the question is, but you want more information on a given topic, explain that.
Link to something that maybe might help to clarify, lay a web address someplace.
Yeah, perfect.
And you can attach a file, so if you don't have something to copy and paste, that's a case, but it's actually a scan, you know, PDF where it's redacted, then, you know, go ahead and do that. But I will let you know, we are very, very serious about redacted information. Don't go, oh, they don't care, CCOs, they're cool. Yeah, we're cool, but we want to not get in trouble. So don't send us anything that has facility information, no patient information, no doctor information. There should be absolutely no identifying information. If you're unsure, reach out to the help desk. Say, I want to send this. This is what it, you know, don't actually include the item, but just say it's a such and such, and we'll give you the guidelines. And you can Google what.
Please don't redact with a highlight or with a Sharpie, with a highlighter. That wouldn't work either. But with a Sharpie, use whiteout. Because as many of us know, if you use a Sharpie, especially over like a laser printer ink, oftentimes when you go to scan that document or fax that document, you can still read through it. That's not redacted. If you use whiteout, we don't have that problem. I'm a big fan, right? The little whiteout, like the little, you know, covers it right out. It's perfect.
Yep.
You have one of those.
You have one of those too, Boyd?
We can't hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I thought it was
I'm
me.
sorry. I always try to. Anyway, I think you've got an extra one in every one of your bags, don't you, Chandra?
I do.
See how well we know each
as
other?
well as bell pens. And we also have, you know, a shortcut to our help desk. We've got the suggestion box. If you have a suggestion for us, maybe you don't like the way we're doing something, you have an idea. We are big on ideas. Everything that really has come out of CCO has been one person's idea that's built on someone else's. We just told you the whole history of Boyd suggesting the Q&A webinars, which led to this, led to that, led to me hiring Alicia, who met Chandra, and you know, it's just this is how, you know, it works. We have a very good energy, and we're attracting really good people, including our customers and students. So we'd love for you to be a part of it. What else could I tell you about? There's so much.
Lori.
Go over how you can find your own at mentions.
Oh, that's a good one too, Boyd.
So, Lori, yeah, for example, you're looking for your messages that have come into you, addressed to you. How would you do that?
Oh, okay. So when you're in Podio, this little notification bar, the first thing you want to do is come into settings and tell it what you want to be emailed. Because if you're in a very popular student support hub or the club, there's going to be lots of activity going on real fast. You don't want to receive everything. So what we normally do is check when someone sends me a message directly, if you're given a task, changes in workspace, I don't want to know that. And if I'm being reminded about something, that's about it. You can get on-screen notifications. You can turn that on or off. That'll fly over in your corner and make popcorn sounding noises when it's really busy. You know, you might want to turn that off. And the daily digest, some people, that's all they get. If you don't want to get inundated, like our Google groups sometimes get really busy and the people are like, all right, I need to get off because I can't handle all this email, then the daily digest is for you, because then you'll just get one, and it's really very well laid out, and you can quickly skim it and click on one of the hyperlinks to jump to that topic. So at least keep one thing checked. This would be it. So once you get that, you can now come to your notifications. If you want to look at your unread ones, you can use this as a filter. If you click Show All, now you can say, okay, only show me the ones that I'm mentioned on. So poor Lori hasn't been mentioned on anything yet. Podio does have a task feature, which we don't really plan on our members using. Please don't give us tasks, okay? But if you want to use it for yourself to make a task, go ahead, you know. And you could filter by person if you're trying to, you know, see certain people and what they posted in that particular area. So let me see. I'm trying to go to, and I can mark these all as viewed, or I can say, you know what, I really want to check out what Whitney said, so I'm going to star it. And I'm going to star this one and leave the rest unstarred. And then when I come back here, I can just look at my starred ones. And when I'm done, then I can clear them out. You just click on it, it expands it, I can jump to it. Nice. And then even though I read them all, I can go to different filtered views. This is all of the viewed ones. And it shows you a stream.
And I like that you can put the pictures up.
Yes, so please do that in your profile. You know, you click on Profile, My Profile, and then you just click the green Edit Profile. This is what's going to display to the world. I'm trying to explain to people, go in and remove your email. You don't want people seeing your email. Think of it as Facebook. Do you put your email up on Facebook? No. We use Facebook just to kind of do our status messages and liking and thumbs up and all of that, but we don't share a lot of our personal information. We kind of keep that hidden. So do the same with Podio. This is a public place. So just click Edit Profile. You could give us a little info about you that you feel comfortable sharing. I removed her email. I removed everything. I just put a general location, Southern New Jersey. In the skills, you can put whatever you want. If you're a CPC, put CPC. I already put in a couple.
Put Nugget Rockstar?
Yeah.
You can put anything you want. But be clean. Be clean.
Absolutely. Otherwise,
and we do have, you know, the typical forum rules, and, you know, the idea is this, and I was explaining this to someone. This is like this huge party that we've been planning for years, and now this is the launch party. It's a week-long party that we're launching this. So, you know, if you've got chips and dip that you want to bring them, bring it to the party. But don't say, hey, come get chips and dip over at my party over here, okay? So, you know, there might be other websites and stuff like that, but we, you know, be fair to us that we've spent this amount of time really creating this, and you know, this is about CCO and CCO's community and giving back to them, and you know, not for people to come in and try and take from each other. Let's keep it, you know, in here, and I know the people that we've attracted will respect that. And if they need reminders, we'll give them a little reminder. You know, we don't want to become a police state. It's not like that. We're adults. It's about growing professionally and having a community to go to that has similar problems, similar pain points that they're going through, so we can try and solve for it together. If we don't know the answer, we'll find someone that does. And that's it. So we're very, very, very excited.
We are professionals, and that, you know, and you know that employers look at Facebook and so on and so forth. It's not that employers are going to come to CCO, but they might. You know, we do have subject matter experts and professionals, so always just, you know, think of it as this is a professional place. Yeah,
professional, but you know, we like to have fun. If you've been on any of our Q&A webinars, we're not that dry kind of professional. We want it to be
Chandra's
fun.
Bringing guacamole to the party, she already told us.
Yeah. So very good. What else can we show you? Any questions in the Facebook that they want to see?
I saw one about the super menu. Lori asked about it. I don't think that the users can see the Podio super menu that we have internally, correct? I think they have to have...
Who asked about that?
Lori. She didn't know if that would be something that the members would use like we do.
They could if they want, but I don't think they'll have as much...
Just type it into the upper left there, like you teach us.
Yeah, what we'll do is we're going to have... probably like an area where we'll go over like Podio
101.
Yeah, and you know, and tips. But it's, you know, basically just get in and start using. It's organically going to grow. It's just like Facebook. The first time you got on Facebook, you were probably like, oh my God, there's like all this stuff. And now you go on and you totally get, okay, there's going to be ads over here. There's going to be this here, and they're going to change it maybe once a month. But the people at Podio are. They just rolled out some new changes today with giving us colors on our calendars and lots of features like that. So it's a very good platform. We hope you enjoy it. What else can I tell you? Oh, if you do want to do tasks, anything on the blue bar. So Lori Brackett, as you saw, belongs to several discussion boards. If she clicks on the blue Podio, what she's going to see is her home page. This is unique to her. This is where the people at Podio are letting us know they just made an improvement. Once you read it, you can X out at it. These are different people that you've connected with over time. If you had tasks, they can be in here. If you had calendar items that you're going to use, you can put it in here. You can add tiles and add anything you want. Play around with it. No one's going to see this. This is your little dashboard area. If you want to do tasks, here's a tip. If you don't want the world to see your task, make sure you check it as private. So, sample task for myself, Lori. This is Lori Brackett, not Lori Woods. And then you can give yourself a due date. You can type some more information. And now, right now it's marked private. That's how I want it to be. If I attached it to the workspace, then everybody in that workspace is going to see it. You don't want to do that. But this, maybe you might see an article that you really want to read, but you don't have time, but you want to tag it to remember to come back to read it. Give yourself a task. Read this later, or read this article on modifiers, and keep it private, and only you will see it. So I'm going to actually create this task.
Support call A on Tuesday night.
Yeah, you can put the calls that you want to attend on your calendar. So now you can see the task here. No one else can see that. But if I mark it a shared task, then everyone can see it. So, and please don't do tasks for each other. Just do tasks for yourself. There's that capability of tasking people. You don't want to spam the whole group and say, you know, at the whole, because you have that capability. I probably shouldn't even show you this, but if I do @SSH, I could literally spam 28, 69, 18, 30 people all at once. We don't want you to do that. No, don't do that. If you want to specifically tell one person something, you can @mention that one person, but the group will see it. They'll see it in their notifications the way they want to be notified. If we start doing that a lot, then their notifications are going to get all clogged up and they're not going to want to stay. So be a good citizen of the community. But so that's Podio. I've got 402. I think that really covers the highlights. We're going to be talking more and more about the club, but just really come join us. We tried to make the price as low as possible. Again, the website is cco.us/club. We've got a little countdown ticker. We're only going to have this launch price for a week's time, and then it's going to go up. There's no exceptions. We're not going to say, oh, you missed it by a day. Okay, no problem. No, to respect the people that took advantage of the launch price, we're sticking with that. If you want this after, 7 days from now, you're going to have to pay the higher prices. So now is the time to get in on this club, guys. It's only going to get better. Every month it's going to get better and better, and you're going to be a big part of it. So check out all these features. Read about them. If you have any questions, you know how to reach us at the help desk right here, the blue thing on the side, help desk. You've got this little pop-up for the chat. If someone's manning the chat, it's normally Lori and Alicia, and then up in the upper right-hand corner, you've got our phone number. So many, many different ways to reach us. The fastest and most efficient is the help desk. We've got lots of links and things already queued up and ready to share with people to help answer their specific questions. So, any last-minute thoughts, guys?
I'm sorry, I feel like a bobblehead because I keep doing this, like, yes, it's so good. Yeah, this is going to be awesome.
A bobblehead. That's what we should get.
Lori and I were commiserating in the chat, and the Facebook chat going, yeah, we already have enough tasks. Please don't assign us anymore.
That's the other thing. This is a really great program. We use it for CCO.
And our partners at FindACode, thank you so much for really giving us a good price break so that we could offer it to our club members and our students and give us a way to bring the BAT system to the digital age.
And I think, heads up, aren't you going to do more about FindACode and what coming up? Are you going to do aren't you scheduling something?
Yeah, well, we have the orientation call for those that get into any of these annual plans on FindACode to basically go over how to use it, how we use it. We've got a couple guests from FindACode that are going to join us and just go over all the best features and what you're getting. So $267 is, the lowest to get in to get FindACode. The professional is what I would do if it were me. Facility, you only need if you're actually a facility coder and need those features. So that's why the annual plan is really the most popular. So $472 for a whole year of all of that, all of your CEUs. It's a really good deal, guys. And when I read this all, I said, wow, we should really charge more. But, we're trying to stick true to our original mission of bringing you very low-cost ways of staying informed and having the fun to do it and building a community. And so the party has started. Come party with us.
FindACode's been around for a long time, so they don't have glitches and little hiccups, and so they're well established. It's not like a new encoder type program being onboarded. They're professionals, and again, like we've kept said, real receptive to you telling them what your pain point is and what you need. So we really, really like them. We've all, through our careers, dabbled with all types of encoders, and so this is the one that works best for us, and in turn, you get to take advantage of us vetting it.
Yep.
So in summary, can I ask each of you to give us your elevator pitch? What is the CCO Club?
I'm going to go last.
In your own words. Chandra. Okay, Alicia, go ahead. Yes.
I was like, oh, me.
What is the CCO Club in your words, Alicia?
A CCO Club is a great place for professionals and as well as students to get together to share their knowledge, educate each other, and have a good time as they learn about the medical field and coding and billing and all the specialties involved.
Nice.
Chandra, what is the CCO Club in your words?
In my words, it's a community. It's a community opportunity for those involved in all aspects of healthcare to come together and get answers to their questions, network with one another, figure out how to move forward in their career, and get answers to the questions that plague them day in and day out.
And last but not least, Laureen, what is the CCO Club?
CCO Club is, to me, a collaborative environment where we take topics that we really need to know about, that are affecting us on our job, affecting us on our studies, and we get them researched. We show you how we did the research most of the time, and provide it in a way that's consumable, videos, short, get to the point, not this long drawn out, $300 webinar. We're trying to do it really concise to what you need. So it's like a buffet. It's a coding and billing content buffet of all of these nuggets that you can go pick and really get clarifying questions answered and be a part of a community. Like if you picture any other way that you've ever gotten CEUs, there's probably something that you would, I wish I could have typed a question right there. Some of them have that, not all of them do. Or once you're watching a recorded version, that you could ask the speaker, the presenter, a clarifying question, but they're gone and they'll never see the question. We have all of that. We've thought it out because we are end users ourselves. So
this is better than any cyber newsletter. This is the new age. This is, millennials should eat this up, right? Because this is the way we get our information now. It's not looking at the magazines and stuff. I mean, that's all good. I like that. But this is everything at your fingertips.
All right,
so be in the know with CCO.
I just got to point out one thing, and it's become a recurring theme, and it's even popped up in the chat area. We've talked about nuggets. We've talked about a hamburger menu. We've used the word buffet and eat it up. I think we have food on the brain. Okay. So everybody's
I'll say for myself, I'm clearly not a slim girl, but yes, and actually I would. My students would laugh when I would teach the Blitz that I have all these food analogies. I'm like, they work. I love analogies, and you will remember if you have, listened to my Path and Lab lecture. You know the one about the pizza and.
We got the smorgasbord. We got it all. It was funny though. It was just a recurring theme that popped up. Somebody's like, "Are you trying to get us to go somewhere to eat?"
I know, right? So we'll be doing more of these. This was just our first time talking about the club. You're going to hear a lot about it. Come be a part of it. Come be able to say you got in at launch, and you will be known as one of the very smartest people in the coding and billing community. So very good. And tell your friends about it. They will thank you. We'd be ever so grateful. All of CCO has grown on word of mouth referrals, and that's why we're ready to do this launch, because we have got a database of people that are receptive and they want this. We built this for you. So make it yours. Tell us the topics you want. We stand at the ready to, serve up those nuggets.
With whatever sauce you want.
That's right.
Yes. I require a hairnet. Like.
I sense another survey coming out in a newsletter of your favorite food analogies. All right. Thanks, everyone. See you on the other side.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody. Talk to you soon.
Happy learning.